is what the INEC budget that was just passed, which makes this the most expensive, in Naira terms, the most expensive elections in our history. This is what it is meant to cure, to help us ensure that we have fail-safe, we have failure-proof technology on display. People are paying, the Nigerian taxpayer is paying top dollar. And when this budget was presented to the National Assembly, that is what the executive said, that we will have technology that does not fail us on election day. Right. For people to now come out and say that the technology might fail, it should be an insult to the Nigerian people, particularly when the Nigerian people are paying more in Naira terms than we have ever paid before.
We need to get Mr. Musa to react to this. Mr. Musa?
Sorry, unfortunately, I missed most of what Mr. Onoja said, so I may not be able to respond to
the fact
what he has said.
He reeled out some figures.
I think let's continue the discussion with the issue of the process. You see, there are issues. I'm a student of legislative drafting, so I know that some of the things that you take into consideration before passing any law is acceptability, practicability, and enforceability. These are filters that any legislation ought to pass through for it for you to say whether you have a good law. Now, can we say that about this act? The answer is negative. For instance, in trying to cure the what happened in place like Kogi when when the election was going on, a gubernatorial candidate died. The new legislation said that a party that lost her any party that the candidate dies, it has 7 days within which it conducts a new primary election and produce a candidate. That is practically impossible. By God's grace, I have been involved in political party activities on how the primaries are being organized. There is no way, no political party can be able to organize a primary election for governorship candidate within a week. When do they sell the forms? When do they do the screening? I mean, these are issues that ought not to be there. Then, on the issue of saying that the essence of capping the money to be paid by aspiring to a political party is for it to ensure that people like me get involved, I don't think that argument is here or there. Look, let's face the reality. Even assuming without conceding that is the intention, what we are saying, National Assembly is a creation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So any legislation National Assembly is going to make must be in accordance with the powers given to it by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I have not seen any provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that empowered the National Assembly to micromanage political parties, to determine who are going to be delegates of a political party in primary election, to call yourself super delegate. These are nothing that are envisaged by the Constitution. And also going to the extent to say that a party cannot impose any other qualification for people who wants to contest under its party, which are above what the Constitution provided. I think this is issue that a misconception of the powers of the National Assembly. The provision of the Constitution is in respect of candidate of political party, while those who want to contest primary election of the party are aspirants. This has been decided in so many cases by the court. So a party has the right, have the power to say, apart from the minimum qualification provided by the Constitution, if my political party says it won't, allow anybody to be an aspirant under its party unless he has a PhD. What's the problem of National Assembly with that? It is our party. It's what we want to present to the public. So if Party B said that all what they want is secondary school leavers, so be it. But for you to come and now make an act to say these things must be provided there, you are micromanaging political parties by legislation. That is unconstitutional. That is not what envisaged in the Constitution. And these are issues that has to be in the front burner so that Nigerians can understand and know that this act that is presented to the president for his accent contains so many undemocratic things which ought not to be allowed to go. And this are my submission, and this is my belief. And if PDP will continue to gloat over this issue, so be it. Unfortunately, the Nigerian people cannot be hoodwinked. They have had the opportunity of leading this country for 16 years. If they have done what is right, we wouldn't have been talking about all this issue.
Mr. Musa, let me bring this in so that you can respond to it. I know you said you missed it, but he also talked about, he reeled out some figures from the last election, which he says were the reasons, part of the reasons why the National Assembly came up with this amendment to the bill to ensure that every would-be voter or every voter is accredited so that you don't have people voting without proper accreditation using the card reader. He reeled out some figures, which he says he got, but they are not being officially released by INEC. But
they have been.
Oh, hold on. Which I cannot officially authenticate. I can't officially authenticate that, but he reeled out the figures. And he's thinking that if this document was assented to by the president, he would have taken care of that issue so that you don't have people voting without proper accreditations via the card reader.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the people he's talking about that voted without accreditation. As far as I'm concerned, I was an active party in the election. People went to the polling unit. They were accredited. And you know, there were incident forms where if the card reader fails, somebody is required to fill the form and he's manually accredited so that he can vote at the election. So if they have any figure, thank God you said it is not official figure. We don't know where they get